What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and man, oh man, are things coming together with the infrastructure bill. This is your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. As I let you guys know in previous videos, right now we have two courses that are coming together. We have reconciliation, as we've heard Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Budget Chair Committee Bernie Sanders say they're getting this ready. They want to pass it on their own with a majority vote for just Democrats. They think that this is going to be the path forward, and they're putting together a bill that's going to include everything, all the priorities and provisions that they feel are necessary. But simultaneously, also going on are the bipartisan talks. And what we're hearing is that they're actually coming together quite well, and they're getting more and more support. And now we're seeing articles come out like this, where they're saying that they believe that they're going to have an infrastructure plan ready here very soon, and that it is going to be too big to fail. And when they say that, they mean that they're going to have so much support from both sides of the table. Republicans and Democrats are going to come together and push this through, and the extremists on both ends, including progressive Democrats, are going to get left behind, you guys. So this is huge. And just to clarify, we have until July 4th. That is when Congress is going to be going on break once again. So they're saying they want to have something ready as early as this week. So right now, today, we're hearing they're finalizing some of the things in that bipartisan bill. So I'm going to dive into some video clips and some articles and get you guys caught up on the latest, let you know what's happening with stimulus, with this infrastructure bill, as early as today, June 22nd, 2021. But before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, don't forget, smash the like button, leave your comments, share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. That just takes a second, helps me out a lot. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. And with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in, as it looks like things are moving very quickly in one way or another here very soon. We're going to have a deal, and we're going to have some more stimulus. All right, so as I mentioned, there are currently two paths underway. So in just a second, we're going to be looking at the bipartisan deal, and there's a lot coming out on that. But first, we're going to talk to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer in an interview that he had just yesterday, where he lets us know that he feels that the strength for stimulus is going to be in the unity of the Democratic Party and passing this through reconciliation. So first, let's take a look at this video clip.
These talks have gone on for some time about an infrastructure bill. Some of the liberals in your caucus that I've talked to are concerned that you've let this go on too long. What do you say to them? Say it's time to pass a big bill and pull the plug here.
The bottom line is, I think we all know in our caucus we need big, bold change with the problems facing America. And we also know another thing. Our unity is our strength. With 50 votes, we all have to be on board to produce that kind of change. We're working the two tracks. I think they're both working very well. I'm very hopeful that we can get a lot done.
I mean, what's your philosophy for allowing these talks to just continue without really knowing what's going to happen at the end?
Continuing. Today, our budget committee is meeting. I've been talking to the members. We've been on both tracks for a little while, and our goal is to get things done in July.
Have you gotten a commitment from Senators Manchin and Sinema that they would back a party line vote via reconciliation?
I'm not going to get into my individual talks with members. We all know we've got to come together or nothing gets done.
Do you think they should give that kind of commitment?
As I said.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as we saw the reporter kind of pushing Chuck Schumer there, saying, why have you let talks go on so long? Are you going to be able to get all Democrats on board with reconciliation? To which he said, you know, both paths, they're coming along nicely, but we did hear him say that he believes the strength of the party is in getting those 50 votes, which hints at he's leaning towards reconciliation. And it's no secret, we've heard him and Bernie Sanders say they believe that that is the path forward. Now, in the meantime, though, we're actually hearing that there is growing and growing support for bipartisanship. Take a look at this article that just came out yesterday from Axios that says the Senate's too big to fail plan. Senate negotiators for the bipartisan infrastructure bill are trying to create momentum for a too big to fail package by adding an equal number of Democrats and Republican co-sponsors, Axios has learned. So what they're doing is they're going to both parties, getting the moderates and getting them all on board, and they are building and building the support for this bill until there's so much support it can't be denied. Now, why it matters? White House officials are pleased with how the talks are proceeding and are discussing how President Biden might declare his support for this roughly $1.2 trillion package if the remaining issues are resolved. Now, Biden hosted Senator Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema separately at the White House yesterday on Monday. The president told them that he was encouraged by what was taking shape, but that he still has some questions about the policy as well as the means for financing the bipartisan group's proposal, according to White House officials. Now, the president also made clear that he is, at the same time, focused on budget resolution discussions in the Senate. So he's saying, hey, if you guys can't get it together here, we are going to go through reconciliation. Now, a group of legislative directives for the G20 bipartisan group of senators plan to further discuss the details of the proposal amongst themselves today, Tuesday. Sources familiar with the meeting tell Axios. So this is all happening right now. This is all unfolding. And like I said, we have a limited time to get this done. Now, reading on the article says that members of the G20 emerged from the Senate hideaway office of Senator Rob Portman on Monday evening to express confidence that they have a deal. And it says, we are making significant progress, but it's not over until it's over, said Senator Susan Collins. Now, listen to this. The other side, progressives, they remain leery and are aiming for much more spending, potentially in multiple packages. So they're wanting a lot more stimulus, and they're saying they're not just leaving it to bipartisanship. They believe that reconciliation is the path forward. And it says, make no mistake, I'm not voting for some bipartisanship deal until I see every other part of the infrastructure package and know that, in total, we have what we need, said Senator Elizabeth Warren. We're not going to have an infrastructure package that, when the train leaves the station, childcare is left on the platform along with clean energy. So those are some of their top priorities. And we've heard President Joe Biden said that he wants that child tax credit, the one that's going to be starting July 15th, where you get monthly stimulus checks. He wants to extend that out for the next 4 years. So they're saying these provisions need to be included or they're not getting on board. But if they've got enough moderates on board, regardless of what progressives say, they might get this passed anyways. Now, reading on, the article says, driving the news, several additional senators from both parties are expected to come out in favor of the bipartisanship package this week, aides say. Now, listen to this. The key is to employ a one-and-one Noah's Ark strategy, in which each supporter would bring a colleague from the other party to build Republican and Democrat support for the package equally. So, wow, what they're doing is they've got this package, they had 10, now they've got 21. And what they're saying is every time they bring on a Democrat or a Republican, they make sure that they have one from each party and they bring them in so it continues to grow in bipartisanship. Now, the goal is to shift the focus to the number of Republicans that are getting on board, as opposed to questioning how many Democrats, particularly progressives, will be lost through the bipartisanship negotiations. So in other words, they're trying to focus on, look at all the unity that we're creating, and they're going to say that, the progressives that don't support this, well, that's fine. They're just going to get left behind. It went from 10 to 21 pretty fast, and I think that there are other people that are interested, said Senator Angus King to Axios. I think that's an important part of the dynamic of this group, that it's not viewed as slanted one side or another. So they're pulling in all the moderates, all the people in the middle, and trying to get enough support to push this through. And it says, what we're hearing, less moderate Democrats are also being sold on the notion that every dollar that President Biden gets here is $1 less than he has to spend on reconciliation. So they're saying this also could be a lot more affordable. Biden's support for the deal isn't assured, but both sides have yet to agree on how to pay for additional spending. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki emphasized yesterday, that increased money from IRS enforcement could be the easier way to find additional revenue. And she also didn't rule out paying for some of the package with deficit spending. The White House is still committed to the corporate and personal tax increases it proposed in April and will likely pursue those in a parallel package it's expected to push through partisanship reconciliation process. So in addition to everything that's going on, they're also having reconciliation ready to push things through the way that they feel is necessary and pay for this bill through additional tax increases. Now, reading on, it says what to watch. Time is running out and leaders on both ends of Pennsylvania Avenue are growing impatient. This is the Senate's last week in session before a 2-week recess to mark the 4th of July. So you guys, as we mentioned before, they want to have this done right away, and we have until July 4th, which is what we had previously heard from Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, saying that she wants to have this wrapped up by that day. Now, when senators return, they will have only 3 weeks to meet the deadline set by the White House and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on voting on the infrastructure bill by August. Now, it says, be smart. Schumer and the Senate Budget Committee, which is led by Bernie Sanders, are moving forward with a backup plan. So just in case this doesn't work, they've already let us know they're getting together a massive, huge infrastructure bill that's going to include everything. And they're talking about $6 trillion, and we've heard rumors of $8 trillion. And it says it would be a separate one-party package that they would pass via budget reconciliation, which brings us full circle back to that interview that we saw earlier, that video clip with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer saying he believes the strength is actually in the 50 votes in the Senate that is just Democrats passing it through on their own. So we're going to see. This is all unfolding very fast, very quickly. I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date here on the channel, but right now, that's where things stand with stimulus. And with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Once again, don't forget to smash the like button if you made it this far and you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. I'll keep you up to date on stimulus, unemployment, Congress, the economy, anything having to do with money. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Shoot me a DM. That's the best way to send me any specific questions you have. And if you want to see what stocks or cryptos I'm trading in real time, don't forget to join that Patreon group. This morning, bought some BTC at around 29,000 per coin when it hit that dip. So I'll keep you guys up to date. And with that being said, hope this reaches you well. Hope you have a blessed Tuesday. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.